All right. Yeah, we're recording right now. Okay, good. So anyway, what we're doing right now is we're learning about the custom garage, doing the elevations tonight, as well as the footing plan. So we're going to work on those things. Pretty straightforward. This is actually, again, because of how we had to do things, and we're kind of like just moving in a direction where we're just doing more with AutoCAD right now. We're going to be pushing forward on this a little bit here. So I've got some things in here that I want to talk about, but we've already seen this particular idea. We've already seen this idea before, and we saw it actually in, I showed it to you in Revit. So just to show you what it looks like again here, this is what, let me go ahead and do this because you can't see that. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and share this other screen with you, which is what I need to do. So I'm going to go to here and let's see here. How do I do that? I can do that by doing this. 1 second here. Okay, I want to do a new share. So my new share is going to be over here, Revit. Okay, so can you guys see Revit right now?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is, as we get into this, is we're looking at a 3D floor plan of Revit, and I'm not going to save this. So we'll get 3D floor plan. Okay, so this is what we started with. So just to orient ourselves, this is what we're working with. So this is the deal right now. This is in Revit. So as we took a look at it, we began to see that there's a few different ways to look at this. There was level 1, which we worked on. Level 1 looks like this here. We did this. We don't have the section marker, but that's just in here right now, or the elevation markers. You've also got level 2, and level 2 looks like this here, so we did that. After that, we also did the wall section, which looks like this down here. So we did these 3 things last week. We put in some more detail, which I don't have on this particular one right here. But anyway, that's what we did there. So what we're doing this week is we're working on these elevations. You got an east elevation, a north elevation, a south elevation, and a west elevation. Now, this is in Revit. So if I go here, this is actually this is what I exported out of Revit into CAD, because you can actually export out of Revit into AutoCAD, which is actually very cool. And just to show you how that would work, the default view for this one right here looks like this. You've got realistic, which gives you a nice cedar shape kind of look right here. And if you zoom into here, you'll notice that in Revit, as you highlight over something, you'll see that the actual garage door is highlighted, but so are the tracks, which are the mounting tracks that are actually in there, that actually runs on inside the actual garage. Also over here on the side, if you look really carefully, you can see actually the frame for the door over here on this side. There's actually a door over here. And so if I go over here, we can see that's a door on that side. And then over here on this side, we can see there's something else. Over here, this is actually a window. All right, so if I click on that, shows me a window right there. So we've got these elements that are in place right there. So what you do is when you want to export something, you just do this. You would go to File, and you would go to Export, you would go to CAD, and you go to DWG, and this is where I can actually take this image and save it out as an AutoCAD drawing. Now in this case, it's got all this in there, so I'm gonna hit Next, and I'm gonna go ahead and save it out, and we'll just go ahead and save this east, and we'll call it Test, just so I've got that. So once I've got that, I could then go ahead and I can open it up in AutoCAD. So let me show you what I just did there so you guys get an idea. Okay, so here's AutoCAD right here. I'm just gonna go back to here for right now. And I'm gonna open up that file that I just saved. So I'm going out here, I can go ahead and open up this. This is what I just saved right here. And boom, boom, I open this up. And you'll notice what it did right here is it brought this in. Looks like you guys can't see it. So let me go back here and do a new share because I've got to do that because that's how this works. I have to keep on going back and forth here. So I've got to go to the other one because you're not seeing this. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, new share. Okay, back to AutoCAD. Okay, so this, can you guys see AutoCAD now?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
so this is the image that I went ahead and ported out of Revit, and this is how it comes in. So just like that. So when I was doing this and I was taking this custom garage, I just ported it out and exported it from Revit into AutoCAD, and then that gives me a starting point for actually working with this. And there's a good amount of tweaking you got to do with this to make it work. But in any case, that was the method that I used, and just so you see the proof of concept there. Here's one of the really cool things about this. When you do this, it actually saves these elements, not just as lines, but as blocks, all right? So this says right here, double hung with trim. It gives me this right here. So that's a block. That's actually a block that actually was pulled in out of AutoCAD, out of Revit, and it takes that particular element and brings it in to Revit. Going to this one right here, if I check out and ask what this one is, same thing. It brought it in as a block reference, and it's called Door Garage. So we got that there. So that's what we have going on there. That's what we worked on. So that is how that works there, and I'm going to go ahead and just leave that alone for right now. So going back to what we're going to start working on tonight, I am going to go over here to the east elevation. Now, the east elevation that you see right here is the particular element we're going to start with, and the rest of these are going to go on here. So I did a few things here. First of all, I gave you guys some measurements here that you could actually use that would be useful for you to actually kind of put this all together right here. So as you do this right now, you're going to notice that you got a 24-foot down here. Is there a question? Okay. You guys will see.
Sorry.
That's okay. You guys will see an AutoCAD right now?
Yes.
That a yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we got this right here. So now what I would want to do is I'd want to go ahead and I'd want to start to draw this up. So what I'm going to do real quickly here while I'm sitting here with this, I'm going to go ahead and print up a few of these things, which I have been working on. So I'm going to do that real quickly just because I want to have these available. So I should have had those printed yet, but I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and print them right now. And then we'll move on to the next thing. So I want to make sure I have them printed. So I've got them available to us from here. So what I'm going to do here is, all right, custom garage, go through these. And I'm going to print all these. Print if I can. All right, there they go. Okay, just want to print those up, and I'll get this last one too, so I'll have all those together. And then I'll have those available just because it's always good for to be able to see what you're working with. And I'll print this one too. Okay, so anyway, getting back to here. All right, I see Raphael. Okay, hi Raphael, good to have you here. Good to have you guys back here. And what we're going to do right now as we get into this right now, we're going to talk about how to work on this particular drawing right here. We're going to do it from scratch. And as is my custom, I have prepared for you some content which we could actually use by going up here and going to a new share. And I'm going to go ahead and share something that you guys need to see, and that is actually out here. Oh gosh, let's see here. Where is it? Zoom. Let's see here. Okay, I may not have this running right now. Let me see if I can get it running right now. No, we should be good. So back to here. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to show all the windows. Let's see if we can do this. And try this again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, over here to Blackboard. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and share this. Can you guys see Blackboard right now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So what you would do here is you go to Blackboard, and as you go into here, this is what you're gonna see. And I'm gonna go ahead and just set this over here for right now. And if I can do it that way. Okay, I'm gonna go up here to our class. And as I get into our class, you're gonna see there's content over here for April 15th CAD assignment. Can you guys all see that there on the left? I assume you can. So you got a list over here. So when you go into here, I've got a bunch of content. Now here's the thing, I've got it color coded, but here's your custom garage construction documents for April 15th. So we're gonna start here. Now what do I have here? Now typically when you're talking about doing some kind of assignments or you're doing some kind of construction documents, which is what we're doing right here, there's gonna be certain parameters. And we went through these last week and there's more for this week. So let me show you what they are. So going into here right now, most of these right here, and again, you can print these or just look them up online. We're working with the east and west elevation, and I've got siding hatching right here. I've got a value for that. I've got a north and south elevation, and I've got basically hatching for that. And then I've got a footing. So all these things are in there. So there's your construction documents for April 15th. So that's all right there. You can download this and print it if you want to. But back over to here, you're going to notice that I have these things color coded. This is in black, the rest are in red. So here what you got here is the custom garage east elevation. This is in red. Also, you have right here, the east elevation template is also in red. Why? Because I made you a template, okay? So I made you a template. Now, here's one of the things. The assignments are actually down here. I couldn't get, I don't know why it wouldn't let me do this, but I keep on trying to move these. And every time I try and move them, they keep on dumping out. So watch this. I can do this as the person who is the owner of this, and I can change around the actual the order of these things. But they keep on kind of losing they keep on forgetting, you know. So if I go ahead and pop out of here and go back, it it does this thing. It keeps on dumping it down. I don't know why, and it doesn't have a save function. So down here, just that you're aware, where you see these particular items right here, and what I will do is I will simply annotate that so you guys can see it better. If I go over here, let's go over here and let's use a spotlight. What the heck? Okay, over here, these items down here, whenever you see this, okay, right here, this right here, you have a pencil with a ruler and a sheet. This is where you upload your assignments. You should all be familiar with that, but that's what this is. So all these down at the bottom, this is where you upload it, okay? Other than that, up here at the top, you've actually got red is your east elevation stuff. So here's the main PDF, and over here is your elevation template. Then blue is north, green is south, orange is west, and then we got the custom garage footing, which is magenta. Okay, so we got these different color choices, okay, that you have right there. So this is what we're going to do. This is how you go ahead and work on it. So now that you have this together, what you would do is this. This is how your workflow would typically work. You'd go here and you'd say, okay, let me see this thing. And we go into here, and this would come down here, and then you could go ahead and say, okay, you know what, I want to download this. And when you download it, it's going to go ahead and open this up. And I'm going to go ahead, and if I can do this, I think I can. Save it if I can, if it's going to open it. Okay, it's right down here. And then when I double click on it, I'll probably have to share, okay, because you aren't seeing it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change my share to this. So I'm going to change my new share over here to that, which is right here. Okay, so we got that. Can you guys see this, the printed version of that custom garage sheet?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, now from here, what you would do is you would go ahead and I'm just going to rotate it around here. This is what it looks like, and this is going to be the first one. I did it all in black, although the original is in color, as you saw there. So this is how this is going to work with. This is what we're going to work with right here. I'm going to show you this. So I'm going to grab the things I just printed. I'll be right back. And I go around the corner right here. I find the congas. I get distracted, and I keep on coming around to the back, and we will keep on moving around here. So now that we're back here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into this here. So now I'm looking at this. I got this printed out, the custom garage east elevation. So what do we got going on here? Well, first of all, a couple things I want to point out here. Some of these dimensions I didn't put on every single sheet, just that you're aware. So first of all, you've got at the bottom the title. Okay, this is just regular text. Then over on the side, you got a couple other things. You got these right here. These are what are called level datums, okay, levels. And they're giving you the distance. This is grade. Okay, we're calling this the grade right here. Level 1 is 0 feet, 0 inches. That's the grade. Level 2 is actually right here, which is 9 feet up. And that's the line that we actually use where the roof eaves, the roof trusses actually join into here. Now, right here, you're going to notice this says 37 degrees. I see that it's kind of like arguing with the hatch there, but you can see it says 37 degrees. This says 3 feet. So from this line here, this window actually is up 3 feet. And then I got a few other dimensions in here, which should be ample. It should be enough in here. Trying to fit all this on here in such a way as it would make sense for you guys. So let's take a look at this. What do we got going on here? Well, this is pretty straightforward. It's 24 feet, which is no big surprise because that's what we had before. And then we also have going up right here, 24 feet up to, this is 2 feet. We learned that last week. So the same dimensions that we had last week still hold. They still hold up here. So in the wall section we had last week, this is 2 feet. If you can't tell, it says negative 2 feet. That's 2 feet right there. So, you know, just take a look at it. There's nothing secretive about this. Okay, then what you're doing is you're going up here from level 1, you're going up 9 feet. Okay, now at that point, you could actually go ahead and draw a line straight over if you wanted to, or you could start from this line, and then I actually have the dimension. It's 15 feet up to the peak at an angle of 37 degrees. Pretty straightforward to get this going here. So let's start this. Let's go ahead and start to see how this works. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my, over here, I'm going to go back over to where I was, which is here. And you guys should be able to see, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Let me go ahead and make sure you're seeing this. New share, and what do we got here? Yes, okay. Can you guys see Blackboard right now?
Yes.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go here to these assignments, and what you're going to do is you're going to download the template, okay? The custom garage east elevation template. You're going to go boom, do that. It just downloaded it down here, custom garage template. So I'm going to double click on it, and you know what? I don't want it to do that because it's going to use the wrong one, so it's going to get out of there. Instead, I'll just do this. I'm going to use this version of AutoCAD just so I don't confuse things. And I'm going to go ahead and change my share to AutoCAD, which is over here. Okay, can you guys see AutoCAD right now?
Yep.
Okay, so back over here to the Start tab, and I'm going to go to New. I'm going to go to my New, which is right up here. And again, I'm going to change my spotlight so you guys can see it. I'm going to go up to New, which looks like this icon right here, and I click on that. Now, when I click on that, it says, okay, where's the template you want to use? Well, fortunately, I saved it to my machine, and it's going to be under my downloads. Now, yours may go someplace else, but typically it's going to go somewhere like in your downloads. So I go find it, and Shazam, there it is, Custom Garage East Elevation Template. And I can see the time I downloaded at 6:23, so I've got that. So we're good to go there. So open it up, and there's nothing in it, okay? The meeting will end in 10 minutes. What? Upgrade now to remove. No, I don't need to do that. Well, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully they don't do that to us. If they do, we'll have to go back in. I don't know why they're, okay, we won't, shouldn't have to do this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and I'll go close out of there. Okay, did you guys see that message there?
No.
No, I just got a message. They're telling me the meeting's going to end in 10 minutes, so I don't know what's going on with them. So I'm not, whatever. If it ends, we will have to go back in. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, this should be fine. But anyway, remaining meeting time. Okay, looks like I can't do that. Oh gosh, upgraded pro. Come on, you guys, really? Looks like we have to do that. I don't know why it's doing this. I use the, not sure why it's doing this, but we may have to jump back in. Well, let's get as much done as we can in the next few minutes. All right, so back to here. What we'll do right now is let's go ahead and start. So we're going to start by using the particular layer that I want. And so right here, you can see I've got these different layers. Okay, so I could start from the bottom. I could start with the A-floor pattern, actually the bottom of the element right there. I could do that, which is 24 feet by 2. So let's start with that. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to just draw.
Mr. Brennan?
Yeah.
Going through the ribbon, I've got these a black box with white lines going through it, so I can't see the full ribbon. And then I got another block on the right-hand side of the screen. It's the same thing. It's like, well, it's a blue with white lines going through it. About a 2.5 by 3 inch block.
On your machine?
Yes, on my screen.
Close AutoCAD and open it back up. That would be what I would try. It sounds like you've got some kind of graphic error right now. Okay, so I'm going to use the rectangle command. You guys all remember the rectangle command. We go up here to rectangle, and I'm just going to go ahead and start it here. And I'm going to make it, this is what it's going to be the bounding for my footing. So it's going to be 24 feet by 2 feet. 24 feet, comma 2 feet, boom, and there it is. So I started this right now, and now I actually had already talked about what my particular hatch pattern would be. So go to my hatch pattern, and this one should be AR Conc, okay, which is AR Concrete, and you're gonna look up here. I've got AR, these different ones. AR stands for architectural, and I want AR Concrete. And the existing pattern right there should work out well, so boom, we're off to a great start. Okay, so now the next thing, what I want to do next. Now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and start to do a couple other things, okay? I could start to also put in some other elements right here. One of the elements that we got to put in here is actually going to be a floor level. I got level lines right here, so let me do that. I'm going to start with a level line. I'm going to just pick a point, just make a line right here. And okay, and I'm going to go ahead and start right from here. Let me get my, get these on, they should be on. Yeah, that should be on. Just let me pick it. I don't know. Let me turn this off. Go back to my mouse to see if that works. Okay. Okay, now it's on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go up straight over to here, and I'm going to go over a little bit to the side here. Okay, now once I've done that, I've drawn that level line. Now if you take a look, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up for you guys so you can see it. I've got this first one, which is this custom garage right here. So I'm going to change the share, do the new share. And I'm going to go over here to custom garage. Can you guys see this custom garage east elevation right now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, very good. And so what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to rotate that. Rotate the view counterclockwise like that. Okay, so this is what we have right here. So I did this. I went ahead and I started to draw the bottom section right here. And then after that, what I did is I did this, and now I'm putting in these levels. Okay, so this goes on the particular layer that I showed you right there. And then it's got this marker here. This marker is called a datum. And so I want to put that in there, and I want to put this text in here too. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So going back over to AutoCAD, so I go to AutoCAD, and I'm going to go ahead and pick up where I left off here, which is here. And I got to let you guys share this right now. You got to see this. And I'm going back to here. Can you guys see AutoCAD again?
Yes, Mr. Brandon, I'm just curious to know what did you use to fill in that rectangle?
Yeah, the tool that I use right there, it's called Hatch. Okay, hatching right here, right up here, this is the tool, it's called Hatch. Same thing you used last week, all right? When you used hatching on your, same thing we used last week. And so as you go into this right here, remember it gives you these patterns and so forth. And then what I use was AR conc and so forth, okay? Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Did you hear me?
So that, yep, that's good. Okay, now over here, next thing I'm going to do is I've got this. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to insert. And so I go to insert. And when I go to insert right here, what I want to insert what's called a level head. Okay, level head right here. So I click on level head and I hit OK. I'm going to drop this in and I'm going to drop it right there. Okay, and what's the rotation angle? My enter key, and where did it go? Okay, looks like it just went someplace else. All right, okay, there it is right there. So anyway, it went over there, but that's okay, I can move it. So I'm gonna move it just by going to move it right here, and looks like it's got a little bit of a thing going on with its thing, so I'm just gonna take it and drag it and drop it right there. Okay, so I've got that right there. So once I've got that in place, that is actually what that looks like. And then I want this one to say level 1, 0 feet, 0 inches. So that is just simply text. So that goes on the text layer. So GNO text. And then I would go over here and I'd put in the text. And the text would start here. And this would be level 1. So let's go ahead and start here. And I'm going to type in level 1, capital L-E-V-E-L 1. Like that, boom. And then that's how that works there. And then I move it into position. And, you know, for this right here, in Revit, it automatically spaces it, but you guys can just kind of eyeball it, you know, and if you need to, you can also move it to the side a little bit if it's not quite where you want it to be. If you need a little more room, you can just grab it and move it over the side a little bit like this, just to make it look a little more elegant. And then you can copy your text. Once you get a good piece of text in, you can go take this and move it down like this. And this is going to be the distance that we see here, which is going to be 0 feet, 0 inches. So go to here and I make it 0 feet dash 0 inches like that. And I've got that. And looks like there's spacing in there. Space and space like that. Okay, so that's what you got right there. So that's how you put those together, okay? And again, all this is going to be on the recording right there. So you've got all that. So once you've got that first level in place, then it's just a question of drawing your walls, okay? And it looks like they're going to close us down for a meeting here. So if they do, I'll just set up another one and do it again. I'm not sure why it's doing that because I should have unlimited time right here. So I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it is. So we're not going to worry about that. So going back to here and pulling this over to there, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my wall. Now the wall, I'm going to start here, and this goes up 9 feet. So 9 feet, and then back over in this direction, that's going to be 24 feet. And then I go straight down, and boom, I got that in place. So that's pretty straightforward there. Now here's something that's a little bit tricky. The garage doors, okay, that we have in here, they're actually spaced basically 2'5" from the outside, 2'5" from the outside. They're actually 2 feet, depending upon how you'd actually measure them, but we're just going to use the 2'5" that I have on here right now. So to put these in right now, you got these garage doors, and the door you'd want to use is a door, okay, right, this right here. And we'd insert that particular item. Now, again, to insert, you can go to insert right here and go to insert, and it shows you your blocks right up here. You got garage door right up there. So inserts, it's on the insert tab right here. So again, to show this up, you've got up here, you got the insert tab, and then you got insert right here. And then you can go to here and go to garage door panel and grab it. Then I can go ahead and take it. Let's go ahead and take it. And okay, looks like I'll just go ahead and drop it right there, and go ahead and just do that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself something to align with, and that's got to be 2'5" over. So I'm going to click here and go over 2'5". Right, just so I've got something. I'll erase that later, and I'm going to move this over there. All right, so I'm going to move it by its lower left corner like that. And I should be able to pull it in here and boom, drop it. There we are. All right, and that's how we'd go ahead and do that. So that is now in place. And then once I've got the first one in place, you always put a dimension on it. Make sure it's in the right location. Okay, so let's see here. And if like I said, if we lose class, then we'll go ahead and start over again. But I'll just have to do it. You guys have to log back in. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it looks like it is. So yeah, 2'5", so that's correct right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mirror it. So to mirror it, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to use my mirror command. So I'll mirror this, and I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to pick a point up here, and I'm going to go ahead and mirror it like this. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Boom. And no. And so we're going to go there. And